Rab explains it all. Math, chem, physics never fall. Subscribe and learn. Ace every test, so Rab explains it best.
Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn how to find time and distance from average speed. I already taught you how to calculate average speed. We talked about its concept and we solved several examples. In this video, we want only learn how to calculate time or distance when we have average speed. So if you have not watched that video, I strongly suggest you to pause this video and watch that video first, because I'm not going to explain that again. I'm going to put the link in the description. As you can remember, the main formula that we had was S, which is average speed, is equal to D, which is representing distance, over T, which is time. When you have a formula like this, you must be able to calculate all of the terms. What does it mean, all of the terms? You must know how to calculate S, D, and T separately, because the question is not going to ask you all the time, please calculate average speed. Sometimes it's going to give you average speed and it's going to give you the time and it expects you to calculate distance. Or sometimes it's going to give you average speed and it's going to give you distance and it expects you to calculate t. Okay, how am I supposed to calculate d and t? There are two methods and I'm going to explain them for you. You do not have to memorize the formula. The only main formula that you need to memorize is this one that I already taught you. Okay, assume that I want to calculate d. What should I do? There are two methods. The first method that I'm going to explain is cross products. I'm going to write the s as a fraction. As you definitely know, I can write it as s over 1. What does cross product says? It says you can multiply first numerator to the second denominator, and also you can change their position. And of course, you must do the same with the next one. You can multiply or you can change the position diagonally. Okay, let's start with this one. 1 times d is equal to s times t. 1 times d will be d and s times t will be s times t. This is the formula that I'm going to use for calculating distance. And for calculating t, as I told you, you can change the position of d, you can change the position of s and t freely. Diagonally, you can change the position. So if I change the position of t and s, what am I going to have? T is equal to d over s. I'm not going to change the position of d and 1. So this is the formula that I'm going to use for calculating t. It was the first method. Let me erase the board to explain the second method. The second method that we have is getting help from this triangle. As you can see, we have d at the top and s and t at the bottom. Okay, here there is a multiplication sign. If we want to calculate s, as you can see, d must be divided to t, which is the first formula. If I want to calculate d, as you can see, there is a multiplication between these two. So s times t. And as you can see, if I want to calculate t, it works. This line works as a fraction, okay? D over s. It is totally up to you which method are you going to apply. I strongly suggest you the first method, but at the end you must be able to use these three formulas. This one for calculating average speed, this one for calculating distance, and this one for calculating t. So it is totally up to you, but I strongly suggest you the first formula, and you can also memorize them, which I'm not going to suggest you. The first example that we have, a girl walks an average speed of 2 meters per second for 80 seconds. So what do we have? We have S, average speed. It is 2 meter per second. And of course, we have the t. T is equal to 80 seconds. What does the question find? Calculate how far she walked in that time. So, how far she walked? It means distance. So, distance is unknown parameter. What was the formula that we have for calculating distance? Distance is equal to S times T. I told you, you must be able to use this formula. It's up to you. I explained two different methods. What was S? 2 meter per second, and T is equal to 80 second. Units are corresponding to each other, so we do not need any conversion here. 2 times 80 is equal to 160. Okay, what is the unit of 160? If you pay attention to the S, average speed, you can see we have meter per second. So the unit of 160 will be meter. Next example, a boat is passing along the river at a speed of 9 meter per second. So we have the speed. Calculate the time it takes the boat to travel the distance of 270 meters. So we have the distance, which is 270 meter. We have the speed, which is 9 meter per second. And we want to calculate t, which is time. Look, you have the shape here. Do not tell me why the boat is too large or something like that, because this is an example. You just assume, okay? So, what was the formula that we are supposed to use for calculating t? I told you for calculating t, you must use d over s. Let's check the unit first. Here we have meter, okay? Here we have meter per second. So, units are corresponding to each other. So, we do not need any conversion. 270 over 9, which is going to be 30. What is the unit of 30? Look at the unit of speed. It is, we have second here, so it's going to be 30 seconds. Here we have really simple example, but I don't know why most of the students solve it wrong. Probably they have problem with its concept. A man walks a distance of 2 meter every second. What is it telling you? When someone pass 2 meter every second, it means it's telling you the speed, right? So S will be 2 meter every second per second. If a car passes 70 kilometer each hour every hour, it means the speed of the car is 70 kilometer per hour. Or if a swimmer swims 10 meter every second, it means the speed of that swimmer is 10 meter per second. So you must know the concept of speed. What is the speed is he traveling at? It is the speed. So it is the answer of this one. How far will he walk in? First one, 5 seconds. So we have t, and of course we have s. We want to calculate d. What was the formula of d? d is equal to s times t. Do I have s? Of course it is 2 meter per second, and here the unit of t is second, so they are corresponding. We do not need any conversion. 2 times 5 will be 10. What is the unit of 10? Look, here the unit of speed is meter per second, so it's going to be meter. Excellent. Second part of this question, 50 seconds. Again, we need d. D is equal to s times t. Units are corresponding. 2 times 50, 100 meters. Really easy. Aha. The third part. The third part, we need a conversion. S times t. Look, the unit of S is meter per second, but here we have the time based on minute. Minute is not acceptable. We do not have meter per minute, okay? So we must convert minute to second. So we have the S, which is 2, and we have 2 minutes, and we must convert it to minute. Each minute is 60 seconds. So 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 60 will be 240. What is the unit of this? We convert it to second. And here we have meter per second, so it's going to be meter. And for the last one, again, we are going to have conversion. D is equal to S times T. I know the D, which is 2. Look, meter per second, not meter per hour. But here I have hour. So I must convert it to second. So 2. Each hour is 60 minutes and each minute is 60 seconds. So times 60 times 60. It's going to be 4 times 3600, which is equal to this number, 4400 meters. And this is the only correct answer of this example. Next example, a turtle takes, I do not know. For a turtle, it takes 50 seconds to move 800 centimeter. So we have time and we have distance. Calculate its average speed. Okay, well, because it's talking about average speed of a turtle, which is really, really slow, and the question does not force us to use a specific method for average speed. I am allowed to calculate average speed based on centimeter per second. So average speed is equal, let me solve it here. First part, S is equal to D over T. Again, I'm telling you, in this question, exceptionally, I'm allowed to use centimeter per second. 800 over 50. So it's going to be 16 meter. I'm sorry, look, centimeter per second, because the unit of D were centimeter. How long will it take for the turtle to travel? 2400 centimeters. So here we have a new D. For the second part, we have D, which is 2400 centimeters. And of course, we have the speed. Average speed is equal to 16 centimeter per second. And we want to calculate T. What was the formula for calculating T? T is equal to D over S, which will be, look, here we have centimeter and here we have centimeter per second. So units are corresponding and we do not need any conversion. Over 16. Okay, we can divide both of them by 8. If I divide by 8, it's going to be 2 and it's going to be 300. And I can then divide both of them by 2 by 2, 1. And if I divide this by 2, it's going to be 150. So the answer will be 150. What is the unit of 150? Because we have a speed based on centimeter per second, it's going to be second. Really easy. While traveling at 30 meter per second, here we have a speed. So a speed is equal to, write it for yourself, okay? It's not going to hurt you. It's going to give order to your mind. The driver of a car shuts his eye for 4 seconds. Oh, really bad thing. 4 seconds. 4 seconds means time. 4 seconds. Calculate the distance traveled by the car during this time. So what does it want? It wants distance. What was the formula? Distance is equal to S times T. Here we have meter per second, here we have seconds, so units are corresponding and we do not need any conversion. 30 times 4, which is 120. What is the unit of 120? Here we have meters, so it's going to be meters. 120 meters, and this is the correct answer of this example. Here you can find more examples and I strongly suggest you to solve them at home. If you have any question or if you wanted to share your answer, you know what to do. Feel free and write your answer in the comment box. I will try to answer them as soon as it was possible for me. Thank you for watching this video.